Good evening, Murli Rao sir.
Good evening,
Good
Bala.
evening.
How are you?
Doing good, sir. How are you?
Good evening, sir.
Managing between two worlds, no? Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening. Good
sir.
evening.
Hi.
Yeah.
Good evening, Murli sir.
Hey, good evening, Vijita. How are you?
I'm good.
Good evening.
Good evening, Murli.
Hey, good evening. How are you?
Yes, I'm
It's
fine.
been a long time. You have not invited. I think I should come to your place now.
Yeah. I was planning for actually during this holidays, no?
This time at
Junior.
my place.
I finally met Murli Rao in person, our VP Education.
Yes, and we got, my wife was telling, Jyoti is so positive. She had a lot of good things about you, huh?
Oh my
Jyoti
God.
Junior. Jyoti Junior.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry if the net was disconnected. At
Hey,
this.
TMOD, Manu, how are you?
Good, thanks, Murli.
Yeah.
Okay. Fellow
Right.
Toastmasters and respected guests, good evening. Welcome to Mind Academy Toastmaster Club, club number 077-17440, area 53, division L, district 79. My name is Toastmaster Jyoti Balasubramaniam. We are about to commence the 22nd meeting of our Mind Academy Toastmaster Club. To conduct this meeting without any disturbance, I request each one of you to turn off your cell phones or switch it to silent mode. Your cooperation is highly appreciated. Thank you. The mission of Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and a positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. In Toastmasters, we do not discuss RSP, that's the religion, sex, and politics. Therefore, I request you to refrain from these three topics. To preside over this meeting, we have an energetic and efficient Toastmaster who believes to move forward, it is essential to move in the right direction. Yes, fellow Toastmasters and guests, please help me welcome with a thunderous round of applause, our presiding officer for the meeting, Toastmaster Balasubramaniam.
Thank you, Madam Jyoti, for those kind words and introduction. Thank you. Yesterday was a history. Tomorrow is a mystery. All we have in life is present, today and now. Let us make the most out of what we have in hand. The next 120 minutes, let us try to learn a possible bit which can help us all move in the right direction. Once Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the famous Indian cricketer, was asked, "Who would you like to compete with?" He simply replied, "Myself, who lived yesterday." Champions don't compare with anyone else. They try to be the better versions of themselves, what were there yesterday. With that note, let us all dwell deep in to honor skills and improve ourselves and try to move in the right direction. Before we get into the edutainment session, I would like to invite our diligent club secretary, Toastmaster Mehul Chauhan. Sir, please share the minutes of meeting of the last session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, President Bala, for the pleasing introduction. Fellow Toastmaster, distinguished guests, and my dear friends, very warm good evening to everybody. Here are minutes of meeting number 21 held on 26th April 2020 via virtual platform Zoom. Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Balasubramaniam started the call of order for the meeting at 6 p.m. Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murli presented the theme of the day as Back to Basics. The grammarian and word master Toastmaster Murli Rao introduced the word of the day as election. In the prepared speech session, Toastmaster Jyoti Warrior delivered level 2 project 3, which was evaluated by Biju CR. Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar presented level 2 project 1, which was evaluated. Toastmaster Mohammad Irshad presented Icebreaker, which was evaluated by DTM Shivu Xavier. The session was followed by 4 table topic speeches. The best prepared speaker was Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Warrior. Best table topic speaker was DTM Koteshwaran, and best evaluator was Toastmaster Balasubramaniam. In the business session, debate session entries are open, which was communicated by President Bala, and the assignees for the next session were named by VP Education. Meeting adjourned, 6-minute delayed at 9:06 p.m. Over to you, President Bala.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehul sir, for reading out those minutes of meeting as always in a precise way, and also keeping up the records in a very quick and accurate method. Thank you, sir. Is there any amendments or modifications recommended by the club officers or club members of the just read minutes? Having heard none, the just read minutes will be officially recorded as the club minutes of meeting for the 21st meeting for Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. Thank you. With that note, I would like to invite Division D Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Koteshwaran sir for the session. Welcome, sir. And we were also being joined by Madam Rekha. I think she got disconnected due to, I think, some network issues, I believe.
Yeah,
so
looks
welcome.
like she's having some network issues, Bala. But
yes, sir.
She'll be joining back.
Sure, sir. Welcome you, ma'am. So without any further delay, let us invite the Toastmaster of the day for the evening. He is an electrical engineer working in Schneider Electric as technical lead for Middle East. He hails from Alappuzha, Kerala. Toastmaster Manu Harihar sir, the virtual stage is all yours. Looking forward for the session, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, President, for that nice introduction. Yes, we can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice that the thorn bushes have roses. Borrowing these lines from Sir Abraham Lincoln, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, a hearty and warm welcome to you all to this nice evening. Today, wherever we turn around, we find myriads of life coaches and inspirational speeches hovering upon us. Why is it so? Life has become so challenging. Has it become so convoluted? Who is responsible for this? The blue skies, the chirping birds, or the swaying trees? No. It is we ourselves. Whatever life has to offer to us, look upon them as blessings or opportunities. In my opinion, there are 2 types of people in the world. One group who stress on the empty portion of the glass of water and who is happy with the filled portion in the glass. The first lot is those with a negative attitude, whereas the second group takes on everything positively. The most successful and happy people have PMA, a positive mental attitude. Of course, it is important for people to have skills, learning, experience, but I have always been a huge believer in putting attitude above aptitude. You can come fully equipped as for a role, but without real enthusiasm, the best skill set will count for very little. You can train somebody and give them the tools, but you can't give them the right attitude. Let me take you to a jungle. Now, who is the tallest animal there? Yes, a giraffe. Who is the biggest?
Elephant.
You guessed right, elephant. The fastest? Cheetah.
Cheetah.
And
Cheetah.
smartest?
Fox.
Monkey.
Ox or
Monkey.
jackal?
Monkey.
Man. Monkey.
Man is not in jungle, no? But my question here is different. Who is the king of the jungle?
Lion.
None of the above. It's a lion. How could it be? The lion is the king of jungle because he has an attitude that he never quits. It's that attitude which make every other animal respect and be afraid of him. A positive attitude can mold any distressful condition into a pleasant one. With this recent pandemic rampaging around our lives across the world, a group of undeterred minds have been towing our lives in stream with a multitude of promising and innovative endeavors. Having the right attitude can have a real impact on the business in terms of performance. Now look at our new blessing of the era, online platforms, which has steered learning and careers back on track with austerity. It's solely through this medium, we ourselves, like me, around 2,000 kilometers apart, can join in unison for our Toastmaster sessions. This itself is an epitome or positive attitude. The key to the real success is the ability to adapt to the change. And that will never happen if we approach every challenge with a negative attitude. It's your attitude, not your aptitude, which determines your altitude. So with a whole bunch of cheerful and beyond Toastmasters out there, let us start our today's mind-storming session. Let me introduce our assignees, our team in brief. The grammarian and word master of the day is a Toastmaster who has always enthralled us with his humorous and euphonic speeches. Professionally, a chemical engineer working as a senior process engineer in Sadra Petrochemical Company. He is none other than the secretary of our club, Toastmaster Mehul Chauhan. As a new venture, he will also introduce phrase of the day in our today's session. Toastmaster Mehul Chauhan, can you specify your role as a grammarian and word master, please?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, and fellow Toastmaster, distinguished guest. Very warm welcome again to each and every one of you. My role as a grammarian and word master is to pay close attention to the good usage of English in the meeting and provide the constructive feedback and improvements, if any. At the end of the meeting, I will provide my grammarian and word master report when called upon to do so. Before introduce a word of the day, before much ado, let me introduce the word of the day. As you all must have seen in the meeting flyer, the word of the day today is euphonious. Are you able to see my screen before I move on? Just a quick check.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. You can put it in a PPT mode. It will be even better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, President Bala. The word of the day today is euphonious. I select an adjective, and I believe this word in particular is kind of applies to many of our Toastmaster in Mind Academy. The meaning of the word is pleasing to the ear. And it is a noun of this word is euphony, which is basically borrowed from the French language in the 17th century. And the French word originally was euphony, but that word itself was derived from Latin word euphonia, which was literally meaning sweet voiced. But I think this word itself has traveled in the literary word towards pleasing to ears rather than just a sweet to ears. And this is having a combination of you as a prefix, which is a good, and the phone, which is a voice. So that's a simple way to remember the word. And I think this adjective applies to many of our Toastmaster in our meeting. Looking at the examples, for example, it's with a euphonious voice, tender lyrics, and smooth instrumentals, Britney believed her music speaks for itself. Another example is an opera singer with an appropriately euphonious name. So it can be used for voice as well as an adjective for the anybody itself. And what are the other words? It is melodious, harmonious, and we have similar word dulcet. We used it before in our meetings as well. Melodic, then tuneful, sweet, and mellow. And first time I'm going to use or encourage everybody to use the phrase of the day. I choose a really simple one because it is easy to use, and we are going to have a kind of tradition if everybody would like to have it in the next sessions. The phrase of the day is go the extra mile. And the meaning is very simple: to make an extra effort, try very hard to achieve something, to do something more than what is expected from you. So I encourage everybody to go extra mile and use word of the day, euphonious, in their speeches. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehul. Our general evaluator for today is Toastmaster Muhammad Irshad. I will introduce him in detail during the start of evaluation session. However, Toastmaster Irshad, can you please explain your role as a general evaluator?
Thank you, TM Modi. My role as a general evaluator is to observe and evaluate everything from beginning to end of the meeting and to lead a constructive evaluation session when called upon to do so. I shall wrap up the entire proceeding of all the meeting, complementing good practices and indicating the areas requiring improvement. My report will be an euphonic for all of you. Over to you, TM Modi.
Thank you, TM Irshad. Our timer for today does not need any special introduction. She has taken the Mind Academy Toastmasters Club's name to more heights by her exemplary speeches. He is a traveler, a philanthropist working as a palliative care volunteer. Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Jain Warrior, can you please explain your role as a timer?
Thank you, Toastmaster Manu Harihar, for that introduction. Toastmaster of the day, distinguished guests, and my dear fellow Toastmasters. When our speakers with euphonious voices deliver speeches, nobody wants it to end. But rules are rules. Our speakers go the extra mile to complete the speeches in time. So, as a timer, I will time the prepared speeches, table topic speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red display, which denote specific time remaining. For icebreaker speech, allotted time is 4 to 6 minutes with a grace time of 30 seconds. At 4 minutes, I will display the green card. At 5 minutes, the yellow card, and 6 minutes, the red card. For all the other prepared speeches, the allotted time is 5 to 7 minutes with a grace time of 30 seconds. At 5 minutes, I will display the green card. At 6 minutes, the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, the red card. For table topic speakers, time allotted is 2 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds on the higher side. At 1 minute, I will display the green card. 1 minute 30 seconds, the yellow card, and 2 minutes, the red card, which will stay red till the speaker completes the speech. And for the evaluations, the evaluations should be between 2 to 3 minutes. With a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. At 2 minutes, I will display the green card. 2 minutes 30 seconds, the yellow card. In 3 minutes, I will display the red card. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Warrior. Our Zoom master and vote counter for today's session is none other than our energetic President, Toastmaster Balasubramaniam, who is an instrumentation engineer by profession, sports star, tennis champion, and also a co-founder of Mind Academy. TM Balasubramaniam, can you please explain your dual role as vote counter and Zoom master?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Manu sir, for those really pleasing introduction. Good evening, Toastmasters guests, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters. Today I have a dual role, one as a Zoom master, the other as a vote counter. As a Zoom master, I'll be making sure that the meeting progress without any interruption in an online platform, and also the entry of the guests and members are controlled in a structured way. Thereby, we all have an excellent edutainment evening. As the vote counter, I will collect and count the ballots when the audience votes for the best speaker, best table topic speaker, and the best evaluator. At the end of the meeting, I will announce the winners when called upon to do so. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala. Next is our table topic master for today's session is Madam Toastmaster Gauri Jain Warrior. I will introduce her in detail during the start of TT session. Madam Toastmaster Gauri Warrior, can you please explain your role as TT Master?
Thank you, Toastmaster. As the TT Master for the evening, I have the opportunity to call upon members and guests to try their hand on impromptu speech that will be done by the topics I have prepared for everyone today. And I will do my role when I'm called upon to do so by the Toastmaster of the Day himself. And the rest of it, we'll see what happens when the TT session comes. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Gauri. Today we have a jock master who is a youth leader studying in 9th standard. He is a very good badminton player who also loves football and dreams to become a world famous football player as well as a well-known public speaker. He was the winner in evaluation session in Royal Leaders Toastmasters Club. Youth leader Mirza Irshad, can you please explain your role as a joke master?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and friends, a very good evening to one and all. My role as a joke master today to cut beautiful jokes when called upon by Toastmaster of the Day. As you all know that good jokes will always make you happy. So wait for my turn to hear outstanding jokes, which will help you to refresh. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, youth leader Mirza. Now the team is ready to take us through the edutainment session. I hope speakers and evaluators, all you are ready, right? The session is divided into 3 stages. First is our prepared speech session. Then second one is our table topic session. And then finally the evaluation session. First, we will start with the prepared speech section. Our first speaker is Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar, a multi-talented personality, a voracious reader, a born artist, and a dedicated corporate professional who worked with HIL and IIS Jubail, who always leave behind a legacy in the organization she works with. Title of her speech is The Bucket List. To evaluate Madam Toastmaster Meera's speech, Today we have our mentor, Madam Toastmaster Vijitha Murali. Madam Vijitha Murali, can you please acknowledge your presence and explain the speech objectives?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, our speaker, Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar, is attempting her level 2 project 2. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style. And the purpose is also for the member to share the impact of his or her style on others. Time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. Here's wishing Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar the very best. All the best, and over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Vijitha. The bucket list by Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, good evening. Morgan Freeman tells Jack Nicholson, one day your life will flash before your eyes. Make sure it's worth watching. This scene is from the movie The Bucket List. I'm sure each one of you here has a bucket list, and if I'm not wrong, travel tops the list. I have a list too. Travel, learn to paint murals, own an ethnic dhaba near the countryside. These are some on my list. But today I want to speak to you all about one particular item on this list, which I have been nursing like an old wound: oratory. I like to talk, but I love my solitude too. I am an ambivert. I have an assertive style when I speak officially or casually. But I have a situation here. If you ask me to write about something, I can give you pages pronto. But if you ask me to speak on the same thing and thrust an audience before me, I'm tongue-tied. Public speaking is a fear that I have lived with for a long time. In school, I took part in speaking competitions. I never practiced because the fear made me lethargic. I used to dream of winning the trophies, but my fate on the stage was similar to a Chaplinesque slapstick: silent. As I grew older, I did make use of the opportunities to speak, but the aha moment was always missing. The struggle within me was apparent. Then I joined Unilever in the training department. Everybody around me were amazingly eloquent and euphonious. Every second person here was an inspiring communicator. I distinctly remember a colleague of mine facilitating a 3-day workshop on leadership skills with the movie Independence Day as a backdrop. It was intimidating, to say the least. I felt like the frog who was trapped in the cream jar. I believed I just wasn't one of them. There are speakers and there are the rest of us, I thought. One of my seniors noticed my reluctance to speak in a crowd and decided to help me. Those days, we used to have a library meeting every month where each one of us talked about a book we had read recently. During one of those meetings, Manpreet handed me Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and requested me to read it. I read the book, and while handing it back to her, she suggested, "Why don't you present these habits in our meetings?" I said, yes, of course. I was terrified. Nevertheless, I prepared a write-up on the first habit: be proactive. Be proactive was just what I needed then. On the day of the meeting, I walked up to the podium. My hands were shaking, my heart was pounding, and my thoughts were all jumbled up. But I had practiced well, so nothing went terribly wrong. The idea was appreciated, and I ended up presenting the rest of the habits in the subsequent meetings. What I learned is that practice as a tool can tame the greatest of your fears. Fear comes from the unknown, and the only way to fight it is to confront it. I'm not saying that my nerves went away, but I no longer saw myself as unable to do it. The frog jumped out of the jar, but public speaking continued to be on my bucket list. Teaching is far from a traditional public speaking gig, but my 10-year stint in a school in Saudi Arabia helped me to stand in front of a crowd, understand their needs, and most importantly, gain confidence in my own voice. A year back, I took an early retirement from teaching. One day on a lazy afternoon, I happened to glance at my bucket list. Be a speaker glared right back at me from that list. Oh, well, I thought, what opportunities do I have now in Saudi Arabia? This will remain here. That was when DTM Murli Krishnan and Toastmaster Vijita Murli invited us to join the Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. I joined on tenterhooks. But I must say that my journey here has been a period of self-discovery for me. Crafting speeches, building themes, practicing and presenting, it has been a thrilling experience. It is here, in this place, I learned I love to speak. I believe today that there's a public speaker in each one of us. We only have to be ready for the mountain of learning, preparation and practice to make this personal life achievement happen. In the movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, Will Smith tells his son, hey, don't ever let somebody tell you that you can't do something. You got a dream, you got to protect it. When people can't do something themselves, they want to tell you, you can't do it. You want something, go get it, period. Inspiring, right? So folks, what are we waiting for? Let's grab a bucket list. It's never too late to make things happen, even if you have to go the extra mile. Let's make our life worth the watch. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar, for that wonderful delivery on the bucket list. Now we will move on to the second speaker. Our next speaker for today is Madam Toastmaster Shakampari, who will give her ice-breaking speech. She is a computer engineer, is well known for her humorous speeches, and who loves reading. Title of speech is Metamorphosis, a Welcome Change, and it is going to be evaluated by our veteran Toastmaster, Rameshan Nambiar. Toastmaster Rameshan Nambiar, can you please acknowledge your presence and specify the speech objectives?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Yeah, Madam Toastmaster Shakampari is doing her level 1, project 1 speech, icebreaker speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Time allotted is 4 to 6 minutes. All the best, Madam Toastmaster Shakampari.
Thanks, Toastmaster Rameshan Nambiar. So, Metamorphosis, the welcome change, Madam Toastmaster Shakampari.
Let me give you 2 scenarios. What would happen if you mixed the knowledge of science and math together? It would create something new, profound, fascinating, like rocket science. On the other hand, what would happen if you mixed your science and your math class notes together before your exam? It would create something challenging, difficult to comprehend. So that is me for you. What could have been A became B. Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, a warm good evening. Being Christopher Nolan's fan, I thought I'll present my icebreaker with the titles from the Batman trilogy series. So, starting with part 1, The Batman Begins. A few days after Christmas and a day before the New Year's Eve, on the 29th of December was born this timid, shy, and soft-spoken girl to a couple who were science and maths teachers. My father named me Shakambari, which as per Wikipedia means the savior of the starving. A beautiful euphonious name, but this word has gone through countless permutations and combinations that those 4 syllables and those 8 letters can possibly go through. 4 years later, my dad did the next innovative thing. He named my sister Mantrani. But she got luckier. She had 1 syllable lesser than me. So childhood, like everyone else, is the most favorite part of my life. The fun part being the fact that our cousins were just a few blocks away. And there was this one little boy, Hari, who used to teach us all sorts of games. Chess, carom board, Chinese checkers, trade, game of cards, name it, anything. And he had this peculiar habit of winning in every single game. That annoyed me, and I wanted to make sure that one day I found out the secret for his success. Apart from playing in my childhood, when I look back, most of what I see is studying, reading, writing, and learning. No complaints there, because I enjoyed doing that. Reading, topping the class, and scoring good marks made me feel good. I became a topper, and unconsciously, I became something else too. I became obsessive, an introvert, and socially inept. And there is only one word in the dictionary that means all of these: a nerd. Moving on to part 2, the dark night. I graduated engineering from GCT Coimbatore and went on to work with the IT major TCS for 12 years. After I got promoted with 2 kids at my home, I quit my job. So who is this dark night and how is it relevant to my story? In this part of the movie, the Batman destroys his image and he chooses to run and hide. Not because he wants to, but he has to. We all have the similar person in our lives. She gives up all her likes, her aspirations, dreams, her career, her likes, her dislikes, everything. A mother. So motherhood made me a dark night too. Cheers to all the mothers out here. We all are the dark knights. We became the hero, sometimes because we wanted to, and sometimes because we have to. So that is a part 3 to the story. The Dark Knight Rises. Have any of you heard or even seen a brother who takes his sisters to a cricket match? Well, our brother, the little boy Hari, took us to a cricket match when we were 12 years old because it's quite natural to him. When everyone else has a question, why, he would ask, why not? So this little boy Hari, our now President Bala, brought me here into Toastmasters. After I came here, I found out the secret for his success, something which intrigued me in my childhood. And that was quite simple. He just gave everything. He gave his all to winning, not just for himself, but for his team. Because that is what he is. He is a player, a team player, and a leader. So now, the feeling for his success has changed from annoyance in childhood to pride. So as a person, what do I expect to accomplish in this journey of Toastmasters? I hope to become more social and become a better communicator, bridge the gaps, and also break the walls that I have built around myself. Is it going to be easy, like hatching out of an eggshell? No, it's not. I'm like this worm or this larva inside a cocoon, which has to rest and wait till the transformation happens. Because one day, someday, when it does come out, it is a beautiful butterfly which can fly high. So I am waiting for this metamorphosis to happen so that one day this nerd leader can rise. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Shakampari, for your nice ice-breaking session. With that, it was the end of our prepared speech section. So I request our timer to give a report on the time for the 2 speeches.
Madam, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Madam Toastmaster Meera took 6 minutes, 23 seconds, and Madam Toastmaster Shakampari took 5 minutes, 25 seconds. Both are qualified.
So today we have only two speakers, so there will not be any voting. So we can go to, before going to the next session, I will request our joke master, youth leader, Mirza Irshad, to lighten the forum with your wit and humor.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
The COVID-19 pandemic is the biggest challenge the world has faced since the Second World War. But humor is an essential tool for surviving tough times. Laughter gives us strength in difficulty and can help us feel a bit more in control when the future looks uncertain. Let us forget all the pangs and join me to laugh for some time. One day, my mother forgets to put salt on sambar. Next day, my father took all of us for RT-PCR test. You know why? In the home, everyone told there is no taste for sambar because of worry and hurry. Did not even notice that was because of the lack of salt in sambar. There is a saying nowadays against COVID vaccine. COVID vaccine is like searching for the bride for marriage. Initially, the boy won't like any girls and lot of doubts and confusion. But later, it's not available anywhere. One person asked the doctor, please prescribe me some medicine for COVID-19 to use if get infected. Doctor prescribed Fevicol and told to apply this in his bottom and sit at home so that he can be free from COVID-19. During strict lockdown, the policeman asked, the grocery shops are closed, the barber shops are closed, shopping malls are also closed, tea shops closed. Then why are you going out? He replied, but you know, my mother is not closing her mouth. Even if there is a law that they will shoot if they come out during lockdown, some people will go out to find out if they are shooting or not. One day, teacher asked a question in Zoom class. Describe about Corona from beginning till the latest stage. My friends suddenly stand up and start answering. Corona born in China, brought up in Italy, and graduated from America. Now doing business in India. Let me ask you a question. Who is the best to obey government rules and understand the difficulties of government? And they're very promising generation for the future. In my opinion, that is only children like us. Let me prove that. Everyone is shouting to open the industry shops, malls, bars, church, mosque, and temples. But you know, we school-going children never tell anyone to reopen the school. We don't even disturb to conduct any exams. Because we know to respect the government policies and their difficulties to control the situation. We are always with government. Mainly for continuous lockdown. You must learn from children. Now you tell me, who is the best? With this, I conclude my jokes today. See you in another meeting. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, youth leader Mirza, for your very good jokes. It was very nice, nice session. Yeah. Now we will move to our table topic session. To conduct today's table topic session, we have a multi-talented personality who always go for an extra mile. She is a MIT Pune student who is pursuing her BA honors degree, an aspiring writer, singer who hopes to make difference in the world, believing in butterfly effect. Let me welcome Madam Toastmaster Gauri Jain Warrior to take us through the table topic session. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, all. It is a lovely day, and I just have to comment on it. Toastmaster Hadil, Mirza, sorry. Oh my God! As a millennial, I could totally understand the dry humor, the dark humor that you had. It is important in this time that we find the comedy in the tragedy. You know, at times it's necessary. We all are down about it. So thank you for that lovely joke session. I just had to comment on it. Moving on. Now, I have a habit that I picked up from school, which is looking at the important days of the month. And as soon as I got the opportunity to be the table topics master, I was like, I know what I will choose as the topic for all of the topics that I'm giving today. So today, the table topics, topic, I guess, is something that is very important to India, very important to the world too. But for us as Indians, it's very close to our heart. I don't know how many of you know, but on May 11th, 1998, India successfully fired Operation Shakti missile at the Indian Army's Pokhran test range in Rajasthan, the first among the 5 nuclear tests that was conducted. Now, the test was led by none other than, we all love him, the aerospace engineer and late President, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. This helped Prime Minister Vajpayee to declare India as a nuclear state, making India the 6th country. Remember, India is a developing country, the 6th country to be a part of the Nuclear Club of Nations. And henceforth, India has celebrated May 11th as National Technology Day. And why I chose this fits in perfectly well with the phrase of the day and the theme of the day. The phrase of the day is going the extra mile, which is taking a step beyond your comfort zone to reach somewhere that may seem a little too far away from your view. And that is exactly what Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and his team did. India couldn't have dreamt of this if he hadn't taken that extra mile with his team. Of course, our theme of the day is attitude matters more than aptitude when it comes to a person's altitude. And what more of an apt example than our own Kalam sir? He is such a humble and loving person, but so brilliant at the same time. I have felt his presence through a screen, and that is speaking bounds and leaps of how amazing he is. So today, even though it's 10th May, in honor of the National Technology Day, and in honor of the lovely and beautiful human being, Kalam sir, we are going to talk about technology, but in layman's terms. Can I have the first topic, please? I am actually really nervous today. Okay, the age of internet has come as a boon and a bane. Do you agree? The topic is the age of internet has come as boon and a bane. Do you agree? Now, to speak on this topic, do I have any volunteers? Please, may I have some volunteers? Is there? I can't see. I'm sorry. Okay, we have Toastmaster Murli raising his hands as always. So we will have Toastmaster Murli speaking on this topic. Over to you.
Am I visible and audible?
Yes, very much.
Yes, Murali. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just take a couple of seconds. Oh, I was supposed to give a speech, isn't it? Good evening, dear friends and Toastmasters. I guess you guys have heard my euphonious voice just now. No, I was just joking. I used to listen to songs from Mukesh and Mohammad Rafi in my childhood. Always wanted to be a great singer. Of course, the bathroom types. You know what? The topic was about internet, isn't it? The internet surely is a boon for a person like me. You know, I can just put on the YouTube, listen to the songs, and of course, if I want a round of applause, I just put some karaoke and I start singing. And then, of course, my wife shouts from the background, "Come on, stop it, stop it." So for me, it's a boon. But guess what? For her, probably it's a bane. So like everything, there are two sides of the coin. So internet, of course, in this pandemic times, when we are far away from our family and friends, it is a boon. At the same time, the information, misinformation rather, which sometimes creeps in, that's a bane. So I would say all said and done, let's take it, let's see the glass as half full, and let's take it as a boon. You get what you deserve. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Murali Rao. And you actually said what I wanted to hear. That is that it may be a bane to in many ways and many views, but we cannot forget the fact that it is a very big boon. Not only in this time, I think in the future too, it is going to help us in many ways. And the downsides of it is just a part of what happens when you move forward. The next topic, can I please have the next topic? Thank you. The way people see you now depends on the presence you have online. Is this going to be for the better or worse? The topic is, the way people see you now depends on the presence you have online. Is this going to be for the better or worse? Any volunteers for this topic? Okay, if there are volunteers, please do speak up because I'm not putting my screen in gallery view. So I'm sorry, but do let me know. If I don't have any volunteers, I have a father who volunteered his children today. So can I have Toastmaster Hadi to speak on this topic?
Good evening, ma'am. Can I just see it again?
Yeah, sure.
Respected TT Master and all my dear Toastmasters, a very warm good evening to one and all. So,
we cannot hear you.
hello? Ma'am, am I audible now? Because I guess
Yeah,
there
you're
is
audible.
with my system.
You're
So,
audible.
yeah. So I would like to say that in my opinion, the presence of online is something which is to be considered because nowadays we are not since we are in a lockdown and all, since the situation is not very proper, we are sitting in our house, so no one is able to know whether we are there or not. So the presence of online, whenever I take WhatsApp, sometimes when I come online, some of my friends are able to know that I'm online and they come and talk with me. At the same time, it is having some kind of demerits. Like suppose some of my teachers see me online, they will message me, and suddenly I will keep and run, and they will know that okay, she went right now after seeing my message. So the presence of online is having some kind of good effect as well as bad effect. But in all round, I would like to say that for you people, it will be definitely a good thing. But for us students, I'm not sure about it. So thank you so much.
I think it goes both ways for me too, because it helps me connect better with everyone and I get to know about a lot of people. But at the same time, I just don't like it much because sometimes I'll have to I just don't want to be online, but people know that I'm online. So, I don't like that either. But a lot of us find that as a part of the millennial gang, I have the extreme honor of being in this category that fits into Instagrammers and influencers. And while most of them are good, I do believe that it kind of confuses the brain, makes them think that they are something more than they are. So I feel like it is a good thing to have an online presence, but also make sure you don't think that online presence is who you are. That's the most important thing. No matter what others think, don't think that's who you have to be. Can I have the next topic, please? The next topic is, what is that one thing that you still wish was something people appreciated in this online internet age? That is, what is that one thing that you still wish was something people appreciated in this internet age? Any volunteers? I'm looking at everybody that volunteers most of the time. None of them are volunteering. Shall I call someone out? I'm going to call someone, okay? Because every single time we have table topics, this member also is ready to say. So I feel like a table topic session would not be complete without him speaking. It's none other than Toastmaster Mehul. Would you like to attempt this topic?
Okay.
He
Thank
never
you.
says no. That's why I always call him.
No, I would never say no. I believe it's an opportunity. And thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you, TT Master, for giving me an opportunity. What is that one thing that you would appreciate in this internet age? I would say that I would like everybody to appreciate the Zoom platform that we are using for connecting, delivering such an excellent speeches, connectivity all across the globe. So that's something which really was unthinkable before few years ago. Can you imagine somebody sitting in Nepal, Toastmaster Murli delivering speech from Nepal, our Toastmaster of the day sitting in Dubai and conducting an excellent session. We as a species of human being has evolved from just being at one place and become a global. And as it is said, that it is a collective consciousness which drives the world towards positivity. And internet has made that possible, where in physical world, we had limitation. We can talk to only 5-10 people, but in internet world, now sky is the limit. And the collective consciousness towards the positivity will take us as a species to the greater heights to come. And I am really very, very happy and positive that people are going extra mile to do help to the society, and thinking of creative idea of internet is just amazing. So I would like everybody to appreciate that we have internet to deliver this type of talk also. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster, TT Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehul. I do think so too, that I think the other thing that is very important and we must appreciate more other than the connectivity that we get with millions of people around the world is that it is a platform where you can really get good information. Of course, you have to be a little critical. You have to have critical thinking, of course. But the amount of information, if I want a textbook, now I don't have to buy it. There are PDFs available online. At the same time, if I want to publish a book, I don't have to go to a publisher. There are sites which help you publish them in online forms. So I think it's not just about connecting to people, it's connecting you to so many more opportunities that you could have. So thank you again, Toastmaster Mehul, for that wonderful speech. It's always nice listening to you. Next topic, please. This is something that I feel like we should all remember, and we should all appreciate about and speak to the generations before us and to the generations that are coming, which is understanding generations for their struggles is very important. Topic is understanding generations for their struggles is very important. Each generation has something that has been a struggle for them, and understanding it is very important because that is what led their life. That is how they led their life. Any attempts on this topic? I see a hand raising already. I think I'm going to call someone else, if it's okay. If he's free, he's available. It's always wonderful listening to him speak. And I grew up watching him not as a Toastmaster. So watching him as a Toastmaster is also such a delight for me. It's none other than the man himself, DTM Murali Krishnan. Would you like to attend this topic?
Madam TT Master, I am
you are the evaluator. Sorry.
So if you may pass this topic to someone else, that would be nice. Sorry for that.
Yeah, sure. I had forgotten that. Another person I love to invite is another person that was volunteered by his father. So Toastmaster Mirza, can I please have you attempting this topic? Because your joke session was amazing. So let's hear you talk about something that our generation must think about, right? Our very thoughtful generation must think about.
Yeah, okay. Can I see once more? So.
The topic? Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Respected mentors, Toastmasters, and friends, a very good evening to one and all. My father's father, if they want to see some person, they want to travel miles and miles, then only they can see someone. My mother's father were working in Dubai. So if he want to see his family, he wants to wait for so many days. He want to come through ship, then he want to see his family. Now it's very simple. Just take a plane ticket and we can fly and come here. So before in 1973, if we tell to our parents that after 20 years or 30 years, we can see a person from here who are miles and miles after, they will tell that, are you not mad or are you kidding? It's impossible, but it's possible now. So maybe after our generation, we can see with this small device, we can see a person standing in front of us and we can talk to him. So it may happen. We can't even know that we will be alive that time. So it will be good. So that's all. Thank you. And over to you.
A very thoughtful generation indeed we have here. It was a wonderful opportunity to listen to you speak, not just as a joke master, but also as a TT speaker. And I do believe that, you're welcome. And I do believe that there are lots of struggles. I think one of the struggles that my previous generation, or I could say my mother's or my father's generation have had, is to really build life for themselves and their children. Really settle down and go forward in life. That was very hard for them. That's what they were struggling with. But when it came to my generation, mental stability became a very important factor. And that is something our generation concentrates a lot on. Not that in their generation it wasn't important, but settling down was what they struggled with most. And mental stability is what our generation seems to be struggling with the most. So I think it is important to understand that while my mother and father struggled with settling down or anything of that sort, that we also struggle with things of our own. And they do, which is a boon for me, that my parents truly do understand what we as a generation go through. Now, of course, we come to the last topic of the day. And may I have the topic, please? The rise of India in the field of technology has been deeply revered towards its many pioneers. Who all, you can name anyone else, other than Kalam sir himself, do you believe resonates with this statement? That is, who do you think was, or who all do you think have been pioneers for India in the field of technology? Now, there are numerous, like a lot of names in there, but pick one that you have really heard of and you really read about, and just tell me why their presence has been so amazing in the field of technology for India. Any takers? Toastmaster Bala himself has raised his arm, so I'm going to give it to our president today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Madam Table Topic Master, for those very interesting topic to start with. The person who comes to my mind as far as an other significant tall leader in the field of technology when it comes to India, apart from our late President, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, is the mentor was called as a mentor by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Professor Satish Dhawan. And the greatest incident which flashes my mind is the incident where the PSLV rocket, which got drenched in the Bay of Bengal, and it was a great mishap. And Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam himself admitted the whole team was in dismay, disarray, and they were completely in a low morale. Then Professor Satish Dhawan volunteered the team, saying that, let me take the press. He addressed the press. When the team was defeated, the leader stood up. And that singular act defined what the team ISRO stood for the ages and years to come. And when the team won, he left Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam to address the media. And this was the leadership which defined the technological spearhead for India. Even today, when you see that if there is anything which happens as a failure, the leader takes the charge. We as individuals, we as leaders, we should be taking it up. When we have something as challenging, the leader should step forward. When it is all victorious, anyone can take the lead. This was the message which was set in by Professor Satish Dhawan, which is still in date, holding the fort with the Indian ISRO team. This holds good even with the Indian cricket team of late, ever since the great Mahendra Singh Dhoni led that one. So these were the lessons that technological leaders give it for the entire country to learn and leap along with that. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Bala. I feel like an uneducated person sitting here and listening to you speak about him, because I am someone who just knows this because I read about it. I can't remember these things. I am very poor when it comes to my knowledge about technology and all of that. So I'm really, this topic was more or less for me to learn more than anything. And I think we all have from your speech. I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to technology. So I believe for me, I'm a person who loves music and literature. For me, I think someone like APJ Abdul Kalam, for me, in the field of literature, has been Enid Blyton. She's the reason I want to become a writer, to write, to dream beyond what is possible by me and put it on paper with a pen. So that is because I'm not good at technology, I went into literature, which is what I'm good at. So that was a lovely session. I think so. I did a lovely session. I hope you all enjoyed it. In these difficult times, during the COVID or whatever it has been, we have all turned to technology, we've all turned to the internet, we've all turned to being online as a source of maybe letting out our stress or connecting with people or getting information or attending classes. And I can tell you that it's only going to become a very more integral part of our lives. Technology is just going to get everywhere it's going to be in everybody's business. But what we must understand also is that there is a whole generation that lived without it, generations that lived without it. And they have given us a very important media or a very important means of talking to people. And I think it should never die out, which is letters. So today, not only am I celebrating World Technology Day and the amazing human being that Kalam sir was, I'm also asking all of you, as much as you can, even through the email services, write a letter to a few people who you've appreciated over the years that you've lived on this wonderful earth. It doesn't have to be extremely well written. It doesn't have to be extremely well, it doesn't have to sound like Meera ma'am's speech with amazing phrases and all of that. It could be just a personal touch. Start with, hi, how have you been? Has it been well? Are you doing well? Is your family doing well? And tell them something. Your presence in my life has been wonderful. And I hope that I can be of that much importance in your life too. Because letters, whether we like it or not, when it is written from the heart, just touches everyone's souls a little more than anything else in this world. As a person who's a very romantic person who believes that everybody needs to come together and the world will be a better place, even though it is a very unrealistic expectation out of this world, I will be sending letters to a few people. They will be receiving it in the next few days. When you receive it, please do reply, because I'm someone who doesn't reply. So I have to tell people, don't be like me. Please do reply, and we'll keep up with that. We'll keep up with that connection. And that's all from the TT Master for today. With that note and with that message, I end today's TT session. Over to you, Tia Modi. Before that, she's raising her hand already. She's very excited. We have the timers report. So Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Jain, please give us your timers report.
Yes, thank you, TT Master. I'm very excited because everyone has qualified. Everyone today has qualified, all those five speakers. Over to you, TT Master.
Now over to the TMOD, of course. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Gauri Warrior, for conducting such a brilliant and lively session, I will say. And now I will request Toastmaster Bala. You can that voting section for this TT speakers.
Yes, sir. The polling has been flashed.
Is voting completed?
I think we can stop the polling, maybe 10 more seconds, and then we can stop it. Toastmaster of the day.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Mara. Yeah, now we enter into the final stage of today's edutainment session. Measurement and analysis are vital for our improvement. We have an articulate Toastmaster to take us through the feedback session for today. Toastmaster Mohammad Irshad, who is working with Yokogawa since 2003, is a chess champion, love to play badminton, a business-oriented person who is currently editorial vice chair for Delec 2021 magazine. TM Irshad, we have keen to hear from you and your team for our further improvement. Sir, over to you.
Thank you very much, TM Modi. Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, warm good evening to all. We all know that evaluation sessions is an important and unique part of any Toastmasters meeting. Feedback for evaluation is really essential, even in your daily life. If you don't care about customer feedback, I don't think that you can succeed in any business. If you don't listen the evaluation against your day-to-day actions, mainly from your family, your friends and colleagues, then you cannot have a successful, free or trouble-free life. If you don't give high importance for your speech evaluations and feedback, then you cannot be a successful speaker and a good leader. So the feedback or evaluation for everywhere in life is really a must. And moreover, without prejudice, if you don't implement the comments and suggestions given by the evaluators, then you are not interested in your own improvement. There are some really interesting things about evaluations. The best listener for any speech is mainly by the evaluator. Even if you are an ordinary listener, you must listen the speech with the mentality of an evaluator to know the speech in 100% perfection. Even if you miss to hear some points during the speech, don't worry. You wait for the postmortem by the evaluator. By that time, not only about the speech, but the reason, the purpose, and moreover, about the speech also you can hear from the evaluator in details. Sometimes you may get only one or two valid points from an evaluator, but that one or 2 points will help you like anything. Sometimes you may find really funny of the evaluation, but later you will understand that that funny comment was very true and correct, and it was very much required as a feedback. The very, very important point is that you all will agree with me. If you keenly watch and observe the importance, the improvement and progress of our Mind Academy members from very beginning till now, then you will really understand how powerfully affected the evaluations and feedback of their speeches or their roles they have taken up so far. I really agree about their hard work, but the evaluations and feedback helped double than the hard work they have taken. See, in my observation, I just want to compare the evaluation with the driving test. If you go for a driving test, you have to go for left, you have to see left, you have to see right, you have to see ahead, you have to see all the signals and where to stop, where not to stop. Even after completing the test, if you park it, the inspector will tell you you failed. Go back to and join the school again to start the class. The people who see around, he cannot complain. If they pass, the person driving and giving license, tomorrow he will kill people in the stage through the speech. You know, so the evaluator is very important to give a comment. Evaluator normally play multiple roles. If a speaker only to prepare a speech, deliver a speech in front of the audience, finish. But the evaluator is very important. He should be very honest. The comment what they are telling to the speakers shall be 100% perfect, because that will lead, that will help the speaker to improve his speeches, which will guide him to be a very good leader in the future. You know, I will tell you one of my experience. I joined with Periyar in long back. I could go only 1 or 2 or 3 sections. In second day, while I was going to Periyar, I invite one of my friend with me. I told the friend that Periyar is like a huge and very beautiful platform, the Toastmasters platform. If you come with me, you can improve your communication. Second day I'm going. I don't know much about it, but I have exaggerated. I have given a beautiful picture about what is Toastmastering, how it's going to work. You can be a professional speaker. Such a such a ideas being given and brought in. And during we went there and we all sit, and there was a speech started. One speaker, he was a very experienced speaker. He started his speech. Unfortunately, he struggled to complete the speech. He could not get the words, the speech. He faced some difficulties. He was start drinking some water in between, and totally it was little bit mess. And after this program, we were returning. On the way back, my friend asked me, how many years he was doing Toastmasters? I told him maybe around almost 8 years. If 8 years person is not been improved better to give to deliver a speech, then what you are expecting me to do it within a very short span of time? I could not reply him. But later, I investigate why this happened, how this happened. That person is in Toastmasters for 8 years, but the problem that he is not regular. He come once in a while. He won't, study very well. He don't observe the evaluations. He did not follow the speech evaluations. He did not follow the evaluators criteria. He did not improve it. So that we cannot complain much. So to witness such a constructive evaluation, today we have 3 talented, experienced Toastmasters evaluators today. I would suggest you all to listen very carefully and understand how you heard the speech and how the evaluators heard the speech. That will make you understand a bit more clear about the importance of evaluation. Our first evaluator is a very happy homemaker and an active Toastmaster who loves cooking, traveling, and learning new things. Past VP Education and President of Periyar Toastmasters Club, our club mentor, Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. She is none other than our Kirti of Mind Academy, Toastmaster Vijitha Murali. To evaluate the speech of Toastmasters Meera Nambiar for her speech from Pathway Level 2 Project 2, the title of the speech is Bucket List. Let me invite Madam Vijitha Murali on stage to evaluate this speech, the speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Irshad, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, and Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar in particular. A warm good evening to all of you. There's a famous saying by John Powell that says, communication works for those who work at it. And sure, Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar is at the right place, doing the right thing, improving her communication skills, and she can definitely tick that bucket list where she is nursing her old wound about how to become a better speaker. Ma'am, you have done your speech so brilliantly well. The opening was nice. The language was smooth, and your euphonious voice was just melodious to our ears. And I just enjoyed your speech so much. Right from all that you took us through, your journey as a speaker when you were in your job, then it was just interesting to follow how you had this passion to express yourself in written language, but when it comes to speaking, you struggled. And this is something I think all of us have in common, where it was one chord that you struck with all of us here. And I'm so glad that you brought this topic, the bucket list. I just love the topic and the way you open. One day your life will flash before your eyes. Make sure it is worth watching. It indeed was a great start to your speech. Let me analyze the parts of your speech that you gave today. The topic was very apt, and the words that you used were just melodious to our ears. I must say it was easy to follow. And there were very nice usages that you used, like I mentioned before, nursing like an old wound. That was interesting. And Also, I found that you use the word of the day and the phrase of the day in your speech. That is excellent. That shows how much of a confident speaker you are. Apart from that, you also tried to sprinkle humor here and there, very little, but you did make use of those things. That is the mark of a confident speaker that you have in you. Clarity of thought was there. Your comfort level was superb. You were just there and confident and giving your speech for everyone to listen and inspire the others. Having said all this, we are all here to improve, to go that extra mile to become better Toastmasters and communicators. So here's a few humble suggestions from my side. I felt that the opening, you started with the salutations to the Toastmaster of the day and the fellow Toastmasters. Then you went to that scene from the movie Bucket List. My suggestion would be if you had that scene first and then come to the salutation. So that will give that extra attention grabbing moment for you to connect with your audience. That was one thing. Then the project required you to state your style of communication, which is direct, initiating, supportive, or analytical. I think you lagged in that portion of it. Apart from that, one more thing I noticed was there were moments when you were clasping your hands, very, very few moments that I noticed that can be avoided, because clasping your hands will give out to the others as a moment where you are losing your confidence or you're becoming nervous. So you can avoid that. And because you are a superb speaker, you have the confidence, you have the language, and I can see you travel very fast in this journey of Toastmastering to become a better leader and a communicator. So definitely check that bucket list of yours. You are a communicator in the making and you're a champion in the making. All the best to you for all your future projects. All the best and thanks, and over to the general evaluator.
It was 4 years. Thank you, Vijitama, for such an outstanding and beautiful evaluation. I'm sure that Meera ma'am will be benefited the evaluation and can improve her future speeches with the points recommended. Once again, thank you very much. Our next evaluator today is Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar, a chemist with more than 30 years of experience in chemical, agrochemical, and plastic industries in the field of strategy development, quality, technical support management system, technical and marketing. Currently working as a technical and quality management at Gulf Stabilizer Industrial Eligible. Let me welcome Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Shakambari for his icebreaker speech, Metamorphosis, the Welcome Change. This is from her Pathway Project 1, Level 1, Project 1. Over to you, Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar.
Sir, your mic is muted, sir.
Your mic is muted.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, Madam Toastmaster Shakambari in particular, a warm good evening to all. Similar to a butterfly, I have gone through a metamorphosis, been released from my dark cocoon, embraced my wings and soared. That was the words of Dana Arcuri. Toastmaster Shakambari, you have selected a speech, the speech title very intelligently to depict your life journey. It was a euphonious speech. The primary aim of an icebreaker speech is not just to find out the courage to speak, but be able to tell the audience who you are, who are you as a person, and you comfortably achieve the objective. The strong points of your speech, which I felt, you are able to speak very confidently and you are well prepared. You started the opening of the speech by stating 2 scenarios which help to grab the attention of the audience, which is a very good for a public speaker. What I really liked your speech is the flow of the speech. It was very smooth, with a sense of humor also. So regarding your speech, it was a well-structured speech You started with the whereabouts of your parents, your siblings, then followed by details of education, and finally joined the Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. And it was very effectively you conveyed that and you grabbed the attention of the audience effectively. Your confidence and comfort level was very good, and I felt you were eager and enthusiastic, and you delivered the speech with ease. And even you used the word of the day also. Overall, it was a good speech, and I enjoyed it. However, in Toastmasters, we try to excel. And I would like to suggest some, to concentrate in some of the points. One of the main points I observed was that the speech throughout, it was very flat actually. I felt the energy level was a little bit low, and you delivered the speech with a flat note. So you can improve on it. So what you have to do, you have to have more energy is required, and you need to work on your voice modulation. You can have more pauses and gestures so that you can grab the attention of the audience. So, and your speech will be, that can take your speech to the higher level. Overall, it was a great speech, and all the best to your Toastmasters journey. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar. It was an amazing and constructive evaluation. Definitely it will be useful for Toastmaster Shakambari as an icebreaker. She will improve with all these recommended points for her coming speeches. With this, the prepared speech and evaluations are over. So next is table topic speech evaluations. Our TT evaluator today is the founder. He is none other than the founder and sponsor of our Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. Certified life coach, currently serving as a Division D Program Quality Director, our DTM Murli-san. Help me welcome this towering personality to evaluate today's table topic speeches. Over to you, Murli-san.
May I just interrupt?
Please.
I think I would like to get clarification from experienced Toastmasters, because we had 5 TT speakers. So how would the TT evaluators time be marked?
It's a valid point.
Normally in TT, what we do is per speaker, the thumb rule is 30 seconds and plus minus 30 seconds on either side. So if I'm less than 2 minutes, I'm disqualified. If I'm more than 3 minutes, I'm disqualified.
Thank you. So
it's clear. Thank you, Murli-san. It's a very new point for us.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator, for the towering introduction. Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and euphonious TT speakers, good evening. Coming to the TT, before I go to the TT speakers, let me give a round of applause to TT Master for bringing such a wonderful topics. I thought when she was talking about technology, I thought where she is going, but then she actually was dot on line and tried to make it really interesting. So coming to the first speaker, the topic was age of internet, boon and a bane. Agree or disagree? And Toastmaster Murli Rao was a speaker. As usual, he volunteered today. I saw him volunteering for two topics, but it's indeed a great sign. Whenever you have the opportunity, just volunteer in. In a TT, using word of the day is something really great. And what I liked most in your speech was the way you structured the TT speech. Structuring a prepared speech is really easy, but structuring a TT in the way that you have done today is tremendous. It's incredible. Hats off to you. The one recommendation that I have for you is, by the time you talked about 2 sides of the coin, you were already there. You have already very well justified the point you want to make. But then when you took us more with the different points, I think you actually diluted it by bringing in a lot of information and things like that. If you would have stopped there or maybe expand a bit about the two sides of a coin, that would have enhanced it to a different level. Coming to the next speaker, why people, online presence. The topic was online presence. Is it better or worse? That was a topic. He started with great, there was no nervousness at all. Even though you are a youth leader or a cavalier, no nervousness at all when you were called. Great sign of a great speaker. That's how we all start. And one more thing that you did, again, a difficult task in TT, is bringing in humor. When you were talked about, the teachers aspect, that teachers saw you online when you are up, when the online presence, that's something really, really great. And it's a great sign of a great speaker. My only recommendation for you is that the topic was or, not unlike the other topic. In the previous topic, it was and. So he would have, he should stand for both. But in this case, it was or. So it would have been nice if you would have taken one stat, either better or worse. But in this case, towards the end, you got both sides. So that is, this is indeed a message for all the TT speakers. When the topic is specific, this or this, stick to one thing, that's when you're going to score. Moving on to the third topic, one thing that people appreciated about specific activity, again, our great leader, Toastmaster Mehul, grabbing in the opportunity there. Hats off to you for that. And he was straight on the topic, expanding it to telling that, yes, Zoom it is. We are already utilizing Zoom. And that was a classic example of listing down examples. Our TMOD, conducting the show from Dubai. Toastmaster Murli Rao, once he was in Nepal, how he was able to be part of our program and all those things. Great examples, straight away connected to the point, and you took it forward, excellently well with the topic. My only recommendation for you is that, towards the end, what I felt was whether you are speaking about the Zoom or the connectivity in general. So if that would, you started with Zoom, but towards the end, if you would have zeroed in on Zoom, that would have emphasized your point more. Now, what I feel is whether it is a connectivity in general or the Zoom platform. That was a kind of confusion that you left, but altogether a great attempt. Coming back to another youth leader Mirza, about understanding generations for the struggle. Excellent topic. Understanding generation for the struggle. I would say that he is a matured speaker. The examples that he brought was in one generation up. We used to tell that, our fathers used to tell us that we used to go by cycle and all to school. Then his father will come and say we used to walk to the school 8 kilometers. He was such a speaker, bringing in those kind of examples and listing things. What happened to you when somebody telling you that in 1973, someone talks about a video call and all those things. Great examples to justify the point that he was bringing in. Only thing that I felt was the topic was on understanding the struggles of generation. If you don't touch upon the struggle, even those things you listed, it was there. But if you would have expanded it a bit, it would have been a very enriching experience for all of us. Coming back to the president of our club, Toastmaster Bala, rise of India in terms of technology, a great topic once again. And I understood why he volunteered, because APJ Abdul Kalam, even at night 2 o'clock in a deep sleep, he will get up from his bed and start speaking about APJ. But today, our TT master ensured that he is not going to speak on Dr. APJ. So he went one step ahead and talked about his mentor. Great thing. And the example was very relevant, Bala. The example was very relevant about the leadership. No comments as such, but I'm forced to give a comment. My comment is like, the topic was about technological advancement. And then I thought you brought in a leadership aspect to a technocrat. So if you'd have brought in a technological example in that would have enhanced. Altogether, I just took that, a recommendation for making a recommendation here. Other than that, there is, it was a great example. I personally, I like the way you approached it. But since the topic is about technological advancement, if you'd have pointed out something related to technology with respect to Satish Dhawan, that would have been a more enhancing one. Altogether, I thoroughly enjoyed the topics as well as the euphonious voices of our TT speakers. Back to you, Mr. General Director.
Excellent. Thank you, Murli-san, for such a crispy and constructive marathon evaluations. It was outstanding. Definitely, this will be useful for all the speakers, especially for the youth leaders. And they will be really interested to take up the next TT speeches. Such an inspiration, such an motivation you have given. It's an outstanding evaluation. Thank you very much, Murli. Let us give a thunderous round of applause for all the speakers and all the evaluators. Thank you very much. May I request the timers report for the time taken by each evaluators?
Thank you, General Evaluator. Last time, for the TT speakers, I was so excited that it finished, everyone finished on time. But this time, I'm so excited that nobody finished on time because this is the evaluation. And everyone looks forward to learn something from this session. So I think all our evaluators were very much generous in giving the pluses and the minuses, but none of them finished on time and the grace period allotted to them.
Very sorry to hear that. So there is no voting for this time. Okay. With this, our evaluations are over. In the meantime, let me request the grammarian and the word master, Toastmaster Mahal Chauhan, to read out that your report, please.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator Mohammad Irshad. I'm very happy today to be a grammarian and word master for the very euphonic evening. What a start of the meeting with a quote from Sir Abraham Lincoln that we can complain about the roses have the thorns, and we can rejoice that thorns have roses. There were some very nice abbreviations: PMA, positive mental attitude. It was euphonic word was used elaborately in our meeting today, like euphonic report. And there were very interesting use of English that like one day in a year, life will flash before your eyes, and make sure you see it and make it worth watching. Then the other one by Will Smith, don't let anyone to tell you you can't do it. You got a dream, you protect it and live it. The title of the speech was also euphonic, like metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is biological process of evolution to a different level altogether. And the title itself was very interesting in terms of English use, a nerd leader. I mean, the nerd leader, nerd metamorphosis to a leader. So very interesting and stylish way of using English. A mother made me a dark knight, and that made me a hero. Another very nice use. I am a worm in a cocoon waiting to come out and fly like a butterfly. Very interesting metamorphosis usage in the English language. Interesting quote by John Powell: communication works for the people who works on it. So in all, there were really beautiful and interesting use of English. Just one thing which I noticed, which is really a small, the usage was a beautiful jokes. It could have been better if we would have used like humorous jokes, because the adjective usage should correspond to the verb it is being connected to. So instead of beautiful, if it is humorous, it would have been more impactful. That's what I noticed. Rest everything was amazing. And on the report part of it, the phrase of the day was used by Jyoti Warrior, Manu Hariharan, and the word of the day was used by Meera, Manu Harihar, Shakambari, Toastmaster Murli Rao, Jyoti, Madam used it twice, Vijita Murli used it, Irshad used it 3 times, Rameshan sir used it, and Murli Krishnan sir in short span used 2 times the word of the day. At the end, I really enjoyed to see that all of the Toastmasters went extra mile and used the word of the day, and very happy to be a word and grammarian and word master of the day. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Mehul San. It was really a great report. We will definitely benefit of it, no doubt. Now let us evaluate today's entire proceedings. Hope the meeting started on time. Unfortunately, I got a bit late because of Eid. Sorry, because of Ramadan. So the MOM would have read out like on time. We have two guests today, Hadil and Mirza. Hope they will continue attending these meetings. Very sorry to say that all our members, Mind Academy members are not attending. I think it's a high time for us to just keep reminding all the people to attend for all the meeting. Theme of the day and the word of the day were awesome. It was outstanding. Everybody could use it. Table topic. We have to tell about table topic section. It was beautiful actually. It was presented very nicely as usual. And everybody could attend and everybody could try their level best to deliver their speech against the table topic. Grammarian word master, Toastmaster Mehul Chauhan really shocked. It was really outstanding, very well. Joke Master Mirza, I did not expect this much perfectly he could do it. It is really interesting. And we expect more such beautiful jokes in next sessions. I would suggest him to come all the meetings without fail. All other assignees also performed very well, like our Toastmaster Shakampati speech. It's a icebreaker speech only. And it was like a fabulous, it's a superb speech actually. Meera ma'am's speech was outstanding. And Jyoti ma'am, timer were outstanding. And all other roles, all other roles and responsibilities were taken, were excellently done. And voting was done very well. Overall, the program was outstanding. There is, there is no lag, there is no confusion, no doubts. It was perfect. TMOD, it was. We have to tell about TMOD's performance. It was beautiful, very well conducted. I thoroughly enjoyed as a general evaluator today. I thank everyone for their cooperation and support. Thank you, President and VP Education, for such a wonderful opportunity to conduct as general evaluation. Let me put forward my thanks to all that make this evening memorable and wonderful. Without your cooperation and support, this meeting will not be successful. I enjoyed this evening as general evaluator today, and I hope you also enjoyed. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rishad and veteran evaluators, grammarian and wordmaster, for conducting the section in an informative and constructive manner. And I'm sure that all speakers and assignees shall be benefited out of this, your feedback. Now, I would request our vote counter, Toastmaster Bala, to disclose today's poll for TT speaker and also present the virtual certificate for the speakers and TT speakers.
Euphonious Toastmaster of the day and other fellow Toastmasters, good evening. So it's time to declare the winners for all the three segments. As rightly announced by the timer for the evening, unfortunately, we don't have any announcement for the evaluation section. But having said that, Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar jointly shares the award with Madam Toastmaster Shakambari as joint winners for the best prepared speech section. And congratulations, youth leader Hadil Irshad, for that wonderful table topic speech. She has been the table topic awardee, best speaker for the evening. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity, Vice President Education and Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Bala. Congratulations to all the winners as well as the participants. I really appreciate all the assignees for conducting today's session in a seamless manner. And I really enjoyed the role of Toastmaster of the Day. I would like to express my gratitude to the President, Toastmaster Bala Subramaniam and Vice President Education Toastmaster Murli Rao for providing me this opportunity of being the Toastmaster of the day. Attitude can make a big difference. We should always focus on the bright side of the life. As the American author Zig Ziglar said, it is your attitude, not your aptitude, which determines your altitude. Thanks. Over to you, President.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Manu sir, for anchoring and giving a great learning for us for the evening, sir. As I said, a time well spent with a lot of learnings you brought in, sir. As you rightly said, it's the attitude which defines the altitude. I must tell and I must bring into the notice of the members, Toastmaster Manu sir was going through a lot of official commitments. He was tied up almost close to 24 hours, if I have to say. And on a lighter note, when we were having an alignment discussion yesterday, Mind Academy Toastmasters Club may even go beyond Gulf, and it may also have a chance of reaching into Eurasia if in the near future, if I may have to break it up, Toastmaster Manu sir. But on a more serious note, as you rightly said, it is the attitude. You were in the middle of so much of commitments, but amidst all those commitments, your support and unwavering commitment to this club means a lot for us, sir. Thank you for all those sincere efforts and support for you bringing into the club, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bala.
Pleasure, sir. Thank you. So before we move on, I would like to invite Vice President Education, Toastmaster Murli Rao, sir, to share the educational updates for the upcoming session, sir.
Thank you, President Bala, and congratulations to all the assignees and winners for the session. It was yet another edutainment session. So I guess this is keeping us all going during these very tough times. So all said and done, we will have our next session on the 24th. Just like what we normally have, we have a week's gap. What I have realized is that the days fly pretty fast. By the time we would all realize, the week would be over and we would have only 1 week left. So, and that really puts under a lot of pressure to get assignees and to get speeches ready. So we would require some volunteer for the TMOD. I still don't have it, but definitely would have some people in mind. Please look out for your WhatsApp text that I'll be sending. We have one keynote speech for the next session, so we'll need 2 speeches. So sorry if I sound too, I'm trying to get too much into this thing. But yes, it's very important to plan so that we can deliver in the next session. Back to you, President Bala. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And I saw our Vice President membership raising his hands. I think you have a volunteer right away, I guess. So maybe you can catch up with him. So there you go. He has put it up in the message as well. It's wonderful. We can also look in for the members otherwise as well. So that way we can have the scheduling done appropriately, sir. Great going, Toastmaster Murli sir, Vice President Education for the club. Thank you, sir. Thank you for those inputs and also the updates. Is there any points which the members would like to discuss as part of the business session? Yes, sir.
Mr. President, I think we need to get the nomination forms, right?
Correct, sir. Yeah, so I thought I just added up the closure remarks. So yes, sir, you rightly said. So we are yet to receive in the nominations for the next club officers roles. So maybe I will share in the nomination form, and then maybe you can fill in with your first preferred nominee and the backup nominee you would like to nominate for the next session for the club officers role for Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. Thank you, Murli sir, for highlighting it again. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Will you share this form in the group, or how do you?
Yeah. I'll do it in the group, sir. I'll do it in the group. Any more points the members would like to share in?
We need to remind our existing members, all members, to join the regular meeting.
Sure, sir. Yeah, that's a point. Maybe we can.
Yeah.
And Vice President Education Murli Rao sir, there is one more nomination coming in from our club mentor Vijita ma'am as well. So maybe I think your slots are
Today I think I'm extremely lucky. Okay, there you go.
great, sir. So,
Very good.
any more points members would like to discuss up? If not, 364. 364. Does this number make a bell for anyone? Okay. Let me try to expand what I was trying to.
One more,
yes, sir.
one more day to complete a year.
One more day to complete a year. Exactly, sir. So I think my mentor can pick it up what I'm trying to bring into the table. Yes. We started 25th May 2020, our journey of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. Our next club meeting is going to be on 24th May 2020, exactly 364th day from the time we started. So it's indeed a great moment which is coming our way. So let us, as rightly encouraged by our Vice President membership is also, we'll try to encourage and bring in as much as guests as possible for the next session. So thereby we make the next moment and cherishable one. So that is one point which I thought I would like to bring into the notice of the team members. And also coming 21st May 2021, 21 May 21, a rhyming number. We are going to be represented by our champion there, who is toiling day in and day out, putting all her hard yards, going the extra mile, if I have to use the phrase of the day, the euphonious Toastmaster champion, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti. She is going to be representing at the SATAC 2021. So I humbly request all the Toastmasters of the club to be there, to give in the supporting hand, the supporting grid, if I may call so, cheering up all her way for SATAC 2021. All the best, ma'am. Sir Alex Ferguson, the great manager of Manchester United, said, to react to adversity is quality. There has been adversity all around through the last year and a half so. But steering through this adversity defines what is that we are made of. As a team, we are putting all the efforts in the extra mile, so thereby we move in the right direction. So it was a great entertainment evening for all of us as we were envisaging 120 minutes, I would say, spent worthwhile in our lifetime. It was pleasure part of the evening. I thank each and every one for joining the session and making it all a great learning for each one of us. So till we fall back again in 2 weeks time, take care, stay safe. We can call the meeting adjourned for now. Thank you.